Being a Chicago Bears fan, we're diving headfirst into my personal top Bears crash moments so chaotic and soul-crushing that they've left permanent scars on my memory. These aren't just regular losses. These are collapses, meltdowns, full-on disasters that could only happen to this franchise. If you're new here, I've been doing this show since January of 2020, and I've lived every snap of this madness live with all of you. We've seen it all. Heartbreaks, false hope, and some of the most mind-boggling coaching decisions ever televised. So let's get into it, from number 12 down to number 7, with part 2 coming up later. Starting us off at number 12, let's rewind to 2023, Bears versus Lions. 4 minutes and 15 seconds left on the clock. The Bears are up 26-4. That's right, a 22-point lead. Justin Fields is back from injury, making plays, looking sharp. Everything's going right. Then out of nowhere, it all disintegrates. Jared Goff steps back, launches a pass deep into the end zone, and boom, touchdown Lions. Wide open. And right there you could feel it, that sinking feeling. This game's not over. And if you thought it was, you clearly haven't been watching this team the past few years. Suddenly the defense forgets how to play football. David Montgomery, the guy the Bears let walk, punches it in for a touchdown, and now the lead's gone. The cherry on top, Aiden Hutchinson strip sacks Fields, and Darnell Wright kicks the ball out of the back of the end zone for a safety. Game over. The collapse was so complete it felt scripted. I was speechless. Darnell Wright looked like he got dropped into a blender, and you just sit there thinking, how? How does a team blow a 22-point lead with 4 minutes left? But that's what happens when Matt Eberflus, the so-called defensive guru, can't close a game. Oh, and shout out to Tyler Scott for losing track of a deep ball late. Maybe now we understand why he barely sees the field. Coming in at number 11, let's flash back to the end of the Matt Nagy era. Week 18, Bears versus Vikings. This is the final act of the fraud that was Matt Nagy. Bears are 1 for 4 on 4th down. And here we go again. Play action on 4th and 1. Throws off his back foot, picked off, and the Vikings are heading to the house. Pick 6. The meltdown is complete. 3 4th and 1s in that game, and Nagy calls a passing play on every single one. What in the world are we doing? That was the moment everything crystallized. The denial was over. I had defended Matt Nagy for so long, genuinely thought he had something after year 1, but it was time. I still think in a different scenario with his own quarterback and a competent general manager, maybe things turn out differently. Let's be real, since Lovie Smith, Nagy has easily been the best coach we've had. Mark Trestman, John Fox, Matt Eberflus, please. But the Fields development was a train wreck. No reps in camp, no preparation, and then you just toss him into the fire? Remember that Cleveland game where he got sacked 9 times? That mess didn't even make this list, but it easily could have. The point is, after 2020, both Nagy and Ryan Pace had to go. And that pick 6 to the Vikings, that was the exclamation point. Now at number 10, one of the most frustrating and bizarre penalties I've ever witnessed. Let's talk about Cassius Marsh and the taunting call. 2021, Bears versus Steelers. Justin Fields played one of his best games under Nagy, probably the best, honestly. The Bears are mounting a comeback. It's 3rd and 8. Big Ben drops back. Bears bring 4. Sack. Marsh gets home. He was elevated from the practice squad. That week, huge moment. And then, a flag. Taunting. What? For staring at the Steelers sideline. Are you serious? They later showed the replay where the ref literally hip-checked Marsh before throwing the flag. Unbelievable. That extended the drive. Steelers take the lead. Just one of those moments where you realize even when this team plays well, they still find a way to lose or get robbed. The Bears were down 20-6 at the start of the 4th, and Fields got hot. He made some ridiculous throws, led that team back. It was his coming out party in a lot of ways, and the refs just snatched it from him. That was a wild night, man. Total madness. And it felt like the league itself was against us. All right, let's keep rolling with number 9 last season again. Bears versus Packers. The losing streak continues. This time, it's Cairo Santos lining up for the game winner. But the way we got in there, let me walk you through it. Instead of going for the kill shot, the Bears get conservative, real conservative. Hand off to Roshan, gain of 2. Now you're sitting at the edge of field goal range and playing for a 46-yard kick. Why? Why not push the ball a little more? The moment you settle like that, you invite disaster. And sure enough, the kick is blocked. Blocked. You could feel the air get sucked out of the room. I sat there just numb. This team makes the same mistakes over and over and over. Matt Eberflus, I don't even have words anymore. And the worst part, everyone saw it coming. That loss wasn't just about the block, it was the mindset. The Bears played not to lose, and that's exactly what they got. Let's move to number 8 now, and this one's a two-parter because the level of incompetence deserves it. We're talking about Luke Getsy in 2023. Against Tampa Bay, 1st and 5 at the 12. Fields takes the snap, screenplay to Herbert, gains about 8. Late flag comes in, offensive pass interference. Are you kidding me? Chase Claypool, of course. Total nonsense. But what happens next is the real kicker. Getsy calls the exact same play. Same formation, same screen, same target. And Tampa Bay's defense jumps it and takes it back for a pick 6. That's not bad coaching. That's football malpractice. The Bucs literally said after the game they knew what was coming. I mean, come on. What coach gets burned by a penalty and instead of adjusting just hits repeat? Week 1 against the Packers was already embarrassing with the overuse of wide receiver screens. But this one took it to a new level. You want to help. Fields, great. Stop sabotaging him. The obsession with screens was just out of control. And if you are watching live, you saw the exact moment I lost my mind. If you thought the first half was brutal, strap in. Because the top 6 moments are absolute disasters that shape the Bears' roller coaster of frustration, disappointment, and occasional bewilderment. The type of moments that no fan wants to relive but can't help but obsess over. So without further delay, here's the continuation of the journey into Bears history's darkest hours. Starting at number 6, we can't ignore the infamous Cody Parkey moment. Even if you weren't watching at the time, it's etched into NFL lore. The moment, a game, a season, and in many ways, an era slipped right through the Bears' fingers. Parkey, the kicker, lined up a potential game-winning field goal in the playoffs. The snap was clean, the hold was perfect, but the kick itself? Oh, it took a tragic bounce. The infamous double doink. It hit the upright, then the crossbar, and bounced out. Instant heartbreak for Bears fans everywhere. You sit there stunned, realizing that for once in recent memory, the Bears were so close to advancing, only to be undone by the cruelest twist of fate imaginable. But even beyond the kick, it was a season filled with so many small mistakes and close calls that made that moment sting even more. It's a reminder of how thin the line between triumph and disaster can be, and how heartbreak often feels inevitable when you're a Bears fan. Moving on to number 5, the 2022 season, Bears versus the Green Bay Packers, a rivalry that burns every year, but that particular game felt like a death sentence for the team's playoff hopes. Justin Fields was scrambling, making plays, and giving fans a glimmer of hope, but the offensive play calling was all over the place. Luke Getsy's obsession with screen passes continued to haunt the team. You could see Fields was trying to break free, trying to show that he's the leader this team desperately needs, but the scheme kept putting him in check. At one point, after a brutal sack, Getsy called the same screenplay again. The defense had it figured out, and it resulted in a pick 6. The frustration was palpable, not just among fans, but within the team. It was like watching someone try to reinvent the wheel while driving off a cliff. The offense looked disjointed, uninspired, and unable to close out games. That game was a brutal reminder that no matter the talent, coaching decisions can undo everything in a heartbeat. Before we continue, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and give this video a like. Your support helps us keep bringing you the latest updates on our Chicago Bears. And don't be shy, drop your thoughts on the news in the comments below. Could one of the NFL's most feared defenders be on his way to the Windy City? Whispers are swirling around the league that TJ Watt, the dominant edge rusher and 3-time All-Pro with the Pittsburgh Steelers, may be heading to the Chicago Bears via trade. While nothing has been confirmed, the buzz is growing louder, and insiders say talks have quietly picked up momentum behind the scenes. The Bears, who have been aggressively rebuilding under GM Ryan Poles, are rumored to be seeking a premier pass rusher to anchor their defense, and Watt fits the bill like no other. With Montez Sweat already commanding one edge, adding Watt to the mix would instantly turn Chicago's front seven into one of the most feared units in the league. The potential pairing is enough to send chills down any offensive coordinator's spine. As for the Steelers, sources suggest the franchise might be exploring a retooling phase, especially with aging stars and a new quarterback era beginning to take shape. If they believe they can get a major return, possibly high draft picks or young talent, dealing Watt might not be as far-fetched as it sounds. It's no secret that Pittsburgh has a history of making bold moves when the time is right, and trading Watt now could maximize his value. Adding more fuel to the fire, Watt was recently seen in Chicago during the offseason, sparking speculation that there could be more than vacation behind the visit. While it's just as likely to be a coincidence, NFL fans know that where there's smoke, there's often fire. Of course, all of this remains speculative. No official announcement has been made, and both organizations have remained tight-lipped on the matter. But if the Bears are indeed pushing for this blockbuster move, it could reshape the NFC North landscape in a major way. Whether it's just off-season noise or the beginning of something seismic, the mere idea of TJ Watt in a Bears uniform is enough to get fans talking and dreaming. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay updated with exclusive news about our Chicago Bears, be sure to subscribe to our channel and hit that like button. We can't wait to hear your thoughts in the comments. See you in the next video.